Yeah, now this video is completely different. It's not about the neighborhoods, it's not about, where we are, but it's more about do not buy a house in 2021.
Do not. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Yes, don't do it. Let's find out why. What's up guys, this is Komal Acharya. I'm a local real estate agent in the Florida. I make tons of videos about the Florida, so if you're new to my channel, please hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. I'll come straight to the point. Do not buy a house in 2021. Why? Are we expecting a housing crash? Are we expecting market go down or market go up? All kind of question you must be having right now. So in this video, we are going to break down those facts and according to me, what you should do. And we are going to evaluate the situation. This may not be applying to everybody, but yeah, it could apply to majority of the population where you are thinking to buy a house.
It's heating up even more, and there are a few signs of it slowing down. Diana, look, is back with us here. Is this all people leaving New York City and New Jersey and moving to Florida, Diana?
That's definitely part of it, Brian. Look, some incredible numbers on how many people signed contracts to buy existing homes in Florida's priciest areas.
Housing market in Florida is at fire. Right now, this city, not only this city, but overall in Florida, the market is crazy. The houses are not even staying for a day. Sellers are getting multiple offers. Realtors are getting so busy with the negotiation. Doesn't mean that they are closing, okay? So many of my friends say it's like, wow, it's a great market for you. You can make tons of money. But let me tell you, the reality, it's not true. For the realtors also, it's very, very difficult. This market is not the balanced market. If you are working with a buyer or seller, doesn't matter. It is really difficult to even get the deal, or get the deal means coming in a contract. It's also very difficult. Not only that, to survive throughout the deal is difficult too. So this time, I feel for the realtors, buyers or sellers or lenders, everybody's going very, very tough time. Right now, I'm helping tons of the buyers. Of course, it's advantage on the buyers because you are getting the interest rate at the bottom, literally at the bottom. This has been creating the history, like the interest rate never fall near to 2% in last 25 years, and that's the fact. And I guess that's one of the reason a lot of the buyers are in the market, but it's the same story of having the low inventory. I made another video about breaking down why there is a low inventory, so I'll highly recommend to check out that video. So at this moment in 2021, things are happening crazily for the buyers. As I mentioned, the multiple offer situation, the houses are going above asking. It really needs the big mindset shift. If you don't want to go through that mindset shift, then this is not the time for you to buy the house. Many people talk about the housing crash would be coming up. I will be honest with you. I don't see that coming that soon. It's not that simple that, the housing crash happens like this. The economy is getting better, I guess, with the new government, hopefully. But of course, it's still a baby step, so nobody can predict that. But definitely, because of the low inventory and the low interest rate, I don't see the housing crash coming up. But that's whenever we buy a house, it's a very normal expectation. So the house what we are getting, we get something at the good value. That's like completely normal expectation from the buyer. And I totally get it. I'm an investor personally. So I have that understanding deeper in my heart. Even for my clients, I always think subconsciously that I want to save their money at like even a single penny, because that's something, my job, So I will not even let it go. Even the client wants to let it go. But this market is making so much harder everything, like in an inspection period, or even initial when you're getting offer accepted, or at the appraisal. I mean, each phase is kind of getting difficult and difficult and difficult. So if you don't have that understanding, then this is definitely not a market for you. You got to have the broad understanding why you are buying that house. Break down your why. If you're buying a house to come out from your rental, then definitely you can buy right now. Because when you put that monthly numbers, it won't make a big difference. It's actually, I've seen, making a better number versus you buy something before COVID, there was an interest rate around 4% or 4.5%. Many of my buyers do have that kind of argument or, that understanding that, okay, why would I just buy something when there is just the low interest rate? I can always refinance that if I didn't get it. I totally get it. Yes, definitely you can refinance. But I'm simply saying evaluate your current situation. If your lease is expiring in March or April 2021, you do not have a time to kind of think over, because if you renew your lease, it's going to be another year for sure, unless your landlord is okay to do the month-to-month lease. So in that case, you are losing that 12 into whatever the amount you're paying, $2,500 rent or $2,000 rent. That something could be your down payment, and that you could save that one. So it's definitely depends on what kind of situation you are in, and you would know better than anybody. You should always, if you need a help, definitely talk to your real estate agents openly. Discuss the plan. They are there to help you out. I always tell my clients, open up, what's going on in your head, because we are not here just to show the house. You got to decide the strategy, financing strategy, and based on that, we decide okay, this is a time to buy, or this particular house should be for you or not. Now, after analyzing your why, now next question should be how many years you are going to live in that house. That's also very, very important, especially in this market. Before COVID, I never ever questioned to my client, you never know where the house graph will be going. Right now we are at the higher, comparing the last 1 year. And it may be going much higher and higher, looking at what is happening in the market, but me or you cannot predict that. And it's on a fortune of United States, right? So it's nobody's hand. However, if you have a plan to live there for at least for next 7 to 10 years, then definitely you should buy. Because anytime you go in a history, there is a what you call the circle or the graph going up and down. Either interest rate goes down, then the price goes up, then the interest rate. If you have enough time frame to live in, then you are enjoying in your house, you are saving your rental amount, because that's otherwise going away. You definitely need something somewhere you need to live, right? So in that case, you are saving your rental amount, you're putting towards your equity in your house. Maybe you remodel the house. By the time you are living there, then the equity increases by that way also. And you never know, the market will, even though it's kind of neutralized, but still it will be not at the bottom for sure, especially when you buy in a good area. Even though you are paying, let's say, a little higher amount than maybe you're comfortable with, then also, especially when it is in a good neighborhood, you will not go wrong, because the neighborhood itself, as I told you, it's going to hold your value. And you always remember, whenever you buy a house, especially in this multiple offer situation, always have that thing in a mind that you are not paying overprice. You may go above asking price, and which is not too common in the Florida. But if you see in California, this has been happening years and years, since years and years. They are going sometimes $10,000, $15,000, or $20,000 above asking price. So again, this is a mindset thing, which is not kind of a normal in Florida, or not like many of the states in the US. And it's in a multiple markets we're experiencing this. So it's not just the Florida. In this market, the another point to be considered is working with the correct real estate professional. I understand this is a crazy market. This is the market you can easily get the mislead. Many times buyers think that, okay, if I go directly to the seller, we may find the deal. And they think that the buyer agent won't be helpful in this kind of situation. I'm not biased. I'm just saying as a third-party viewer, sometimes, I'm always involved with my buyers as a friend. No matter what, they choose me or they don't choose me, I'm always there to help them out. And that's how it's my internal personality. And I have made myself such a way that I won't feel bad if someone chooses some other agent or they go to the seller directly. But yeah, you do feel the pain because they don't understand the professionals' use. Why there is a buyer agent? The buyer agent is actually to protect you. Buyer agent's duty is to protect, you throughout this transaction. It's not about just getting house, it's about the whole transaction. And the seller agent is to protect the seller. How can one person can protect both parties, especially in this market? When there is a normal market, it's much easier to do because in that case you don't have a competition, you don't have that environment where the seller agent can bid on actually your offers, taking your offers and bid on other offers or give you some opinions which is not the truth. How would you know that? So that trust factor has to have between client and the agent, and the client also needs to understand that you need an agent where whom you can trust. That's very, very important piece, especially in this market, who can advise you correctly, who can advise you like, do not buy this house or do not waive this appraisal contingency, especially in this particular house because, there are no support here. Who can frankly tell you like, if you love this house, then you should come up with very strong offer terms so that you get the house. So it just depends on the agent's personality, how the agent's knowledge is. So a lot of things you need to consider when you are buying a house, especially in this environment, and have someone, your friend, someone your friend means like whom you can trust as a real estate professional. Thanks for watching my video. I know this is a little bit more straightforward video. Maybe, some of the viewers may not like this, but I want to keep it honest. And as an agent also, I go through a lot of pain, especially in this market. That's what, it's just a few percent I have just expressed in this video. I'm looking to make some more videos, going more deeper into this market, crazy things, what is happening, and some of the stories, like my own stories, what happens and how do we win these multiple offer situations. Thank you again, and comment me below if you want to know any other topic or anything, any information or anything you want to know about real estate also. Let me know. I'm here to help you out.